5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Emma says, "Oh my God, Liam, I love bukkakis. The sauce here is so good. Sometimes I'm just covered in it. Even gets in my hair." And Liam says, "I know, and the staff here is so attentive too. They just surround you. You can barely make eye contact before they start shoving it in your face, but it's too good to pass up."
Welcome to the Scafacci-verse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scafacci-verse. I am Anthony Scafacci along with
Alan Gigax, that's me.
Yep, and for another great episode. You know, Al, I want to get kind of right into it.
Okay.
So let's hurry up. Let's get right to just the tip.
Okay, yeah, because our sponsor for this week's episode, this is one of our first bespoke sponsors where they had heard the Machu Picchu episode and wanted to be involved with this episode because there are plans for the future.
Okay, cool.
So, you know, the Just the Tip is sponsored by Dumper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know the feeling. You're away from home, just trying to get through your day, and suddenly it's go time. Thank the Flying Spaghetti Monster for Dumper. Well, when I was in Peru, there was no Dumper.
Okay, well, hey, let's not jump too far ahead.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
You want to get
the tip.
Right to it. You got to get the tip, man.
Yeah, so the tip is Dumper related.
Yeah.
Because one of the issues in other countries besides the United States is you can't flush the toilet paper. And so you take a big nasty shit and then you have this toilet paper and you have to like throw it in the trash can.
Or like hit it up against the wall up top.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. Throw it up against the ceiling. Yeah. It just sticks up there.
Yeah.
That's why never slam the door.
No, yeah, that's how you do it in Russia.
Yeah, so we'll talk about how we wound up handling that as we get into the... Well, no, this is the tip. So I guess this is... Man. Okay, so the tip is, like when we got to the Airbnb, this became a problem immediately. Because shit-covered toilet paper, guess what it smells like?
Poop.
It does,
yeah.
And that's unpleasant. And so we immediately figured out this policy where we just use like grocery bags. And every time you take a shit, you bring a fresh bag in there, you put your toilet paper into that bag, and then that bag immediately goes out into the big garbage can.
Okay.
So that it's not just in the bathroom, you know, as like a scented candle.
So put your toilet paper into a Walmart plastic grocery
some
bag
sort of
that you happen to just bring with you on vacation.
Yeah, well, so whenever we went to the store, we made sure we got extra bags, and we held on to all of our bags. And dude, it is not pleasant.
Yeah, okay.
There are many things about America that are no longer the envy of the world.
Don't go too far here, man. I want to get into
this is the tip.
Yes. Just the
so
tip,
anyway,
man.
Tip complete.
Jesus Christ! I could tell when you're excited.
I am,
because dude, you get like tunnel vision. So hard. I mean, you basically just go out the window as far as like what kind of, like the speed and pacing of the show.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got excited too, though. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Yeah. I got excited too and forgot to say thank you to our listeners.
Oh, sure.
And to encourage them to.
Hey, they should be thanking us.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Right.
Share the podcast. Give us a rating. Rate the podcast.
The ratings really do help.
The ratings do help. They help get us into the old algorithm there.
Yes.
And
it's all about that algorithm.
And then it means less work for me. And so, little help, man. Okay. All right. So, on our episode about your hike to Machu Picchu.
Right. If you haven't listened to that yet, go back, download
go listen
the
to
Machu
that
Picchu
episode
one.
and then come back to this
back.
One, right. And then... But we didn't really get to talk about the actual time in Peru. We kind of fast forwarded that to get to the good stuff.
Just focused on the hike.
Right.
Yep.
So now in this episode, I want to get to what it was like actually staying in Peru. And, you've been to other countries.
Well, I've traveled internationally once before, and it was 25 years ago.
Okay. So I've traveled internationally a few times, but it's always been to like vacation places.
Right. To resorts.
Resorts where the problems that you had
don't
exist.
Like when you go to a resort in Cancun, do they let you flush the toilet paper?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, so one time I went to Jamaica And in Jamaica, this resort we stayed at, the resort was nice, but it was like not a high
Oh, you went to
resort.
hedonism?
No, we did not go to hedonism.
Okay. Hedonism 2?
No, we did not go to hedonism 2 or 3.
Okay. Oh,
right?
there's 3.
I think there's probably more than that, right?
69, am
yeah.
I right?
Yeah, people want to fuck, you
Yeah.
know. So,
All right.
but like this particular resort had a club in the resort, which we thought was like, oh, that's kind of cool. We were still pretty young, so
Like a nightclub?
yeah, it was like a
Okay.
nightclub. But dude, when we went into this nightclub, first it smelled like mold.
Okay.
Like badly smelled like
Yeah, it's
mold.
humid down there. Sure.
Right. And then 2, there was nobody in it. Like when
Oh,
we went in there.
That's not what you want in a nightclub.
Yeah, there was like me, my girlfriend Tracy at the time, and like 3 other people. And dude, there was like no service in there. There was like a DJ. And there was a bartender, and you could get Red Stripe beer and some rum and
Oh,
shit
sure.
like that. But dude, it was
It's Jamaican for
absolutely
beer.
It was absolutely not like
It
a
wasn't
nightclub.
happening.
Well, especially you got to
Yeah.
think we're coming from Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah,
So-
sure. The bar's set pretty high.
Yeah, the bar was set like through the moon.
Right.
And dude, when we went there, we walked in and we looked at this place and we were just, what the fuck is this? And then
Sure.
we watched people twerk on each other.
All right,
And then we're
that's
like,
something.
okay, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Just went back out and just went to a bar.
Yeah, luckily you brought your own chick with you, so you weren't like going there
dude,
hoping to meet
it was good. I
chicks.
brought sand to the beach.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So.
Right.
Okay, so now, but you're in Peru. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
That's
there.
fine.
Yeah, we're in Peru, or you're in Peru.
You're right.
And you get there, and I remember you said your first night, people kind of trickled in because they had
Right.
different flights. And
Yeah,
came-
exactly.
Which is kind of crazy. I was surprised everybody didn't just kind of come on
Well,
the same
you know,
trip. You know.
All right. Another pro tip here. So when I booked my travel, I booked with these big, long layovers.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lima had this brand new airport. They hadn't worked out the kinks. And the travel sites would say, like, hey, make sure you build in some extra time.
Okay.
So I wound up with a 6-hour layover in Lima.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, you could go do stuff and
Yeah,
still
you
come
could
back.
leave the airport
Yeah.
if you wanted to, which I did not want to.
No, fuck that.
No,
You're not gonna
Lima
miss that.
is still a very dangerous city.
Yeah.
And that's not for me.
They're gonna kidnap your white ass.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah. So, but other people were like, oh, I don't want that long of a layover. I'm going to do like an hour and a half layover.
Okay.
Those motherfuckers missed their flights.
Oh no.
Yeah, because you have to, when you go, like, all this is new to me.
Yeah.
Right. So I go from Las Vegas to LAX, LAX to Lima, and then Lima on to Cusco. So Las Vegas to LAX, no problem. It's a regular domestic flight. There's no extra check-in, anything like that. LAX to Lima, it was basically just a gate change. We didn't have to go through any extra security, anything like that. But it was a fucking long way
Yeah.
to go to the international terminal at LAX. But we made it. Dude, something really cool. I had asked, like, do I need my passport to get on the plane? Do I need my boarding pass? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you don't need either. I walk onto the plane and there's like a screen and a green box appears around
Yeah,
my
and it's
face.
just like facial recognition.
Yeah, and it just knows who I am.
Yeah.
Dude, futuristic year 2025.
Yeah.
That was some Demolition Man shit.
Ooh.
I'm here for it. I
Okay.
like it. I don't give a fuck if the government knows what I look like.
I don't give a fuck. I don't
That's
give a
right.
fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So that was cool. So I get on that flight, get down to Lima, and then the problem is once you get into Peru, you have to go through customs.
Yeah.
And so I had to go get in line at customs.
It's a big ass
and
long
it's a
line,
big
too.
ass line. Yeah. And it's like apparently they do it the same way there as we do here, where they've got like 38 turnstiles
Yeah.
and like 6 people working.
Sure, yeah.
And so yeah, there's this big long fucking line. And that takes us like an hour and a half to get through. And so already the people who had the hour and a half connection, that it's too late. They're boned. And then when you get through there, then you have to claim your bags.
Yes, you have to
And
go to
then
the
you're-
carousel.
yeah.
And so their carousel there, is it modern or is it like the old, looks like a,
Well,
like a
this is
sand
brand
belt? You know, like
Dude, in Cusco,
Yeah.
it was like, yeah.
have you ever
it
been to
was
like, if you go
old-fashioned.
to like Mexico, certain places in Mexico and stuff like that, it's not like the thing we have like in Vegas where it comes up and then it goes around a little circle or an oval.
Right, it like comes
There,
out of a door.
It's like a belt. Yeah, and it just kind of goes along the floor.
Right, that's the way it was in Cusco. But
Yeah.
in Lima, it was like a modern, conveyor or whatever. And so anyway, so then we have to collect our luggage. And then the fucked part is we have to recheck our luggage
Back
and like
in,
go
yes.
through check-in again. And that's where everybody really got screwed. Because this brand new airport, they do not have their shit together yet.
No.
And so we fly on this airline called LATAM, which is the big airline in South America. And they have these 2 huge check-in counters, and one of them says 1 through 10, and the other one says 11 through 20. And I'm like, what are these numbers? How do I know? Like, I'm looking at
Maybe
my
the
ticket.
gates?
Well, but the problem is, here's a crazy thing they do. They don't assign your gate until an hour before the plane lands.
Okay, so
because they don't
whatever
know what
gates
gate
are
you're
gonna
going to be at.
available.
Yeah, dude, like that's wild to me coming from America.
Well, dude,
where you know like 3 days, and I mean it does change.
Yeah,
but generally,
in our airport here, there's 3 massive terminals.
yeah, and that shit's dialed
pretty
in.
set up. Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, so I don't know what these numbers mean. So I just
sit on the floor and cry.
Yeah. So I just go up to one, and luckily, and there's a worker, and they're like, "Oh no, you're in the wrong one."
Yeah.
Oh, of course I am.
It's stupid though.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. I'm the shithead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have known. So anyway, but I get through all that, and dude, I got 6 hours. Like, no fucking problem.
How many times you jerk off in that 6 hours?
Twice.
Twice. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah. So
Did you space them out or just go back to back?
no, I go back to back. The second one takes a long time.
You got to really.
Yeah.
You got to.
That's why you need that big long layover.
You got to get up in your head for that one. Like, you
Yeah,
start thinking some
exactly.
real dirty shit from
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Dude, and so I had to take a shit at the airport, and I knew I was gonna have to throw my toilet paper away. They got a can in there.
Even in
for
the
it.
airport?
Yeah, even in the airport, because it's the plumbing system of like the whole country has the
God.
problem. Yeah. So that wasn't that bad, but there's no seat on the toilet. It's like a prison toilet.
So you got to hover?
I think that's what it's designed for. But as a fat American, I was able to touch both sides with my ass, and so I made it work. But I think it's actually meant to be like you could squat on the toilet.
So you stand on it.
Yeah, like you stand on
And
the
hope to
toilet.
not slip
So
in.
it's like a convertible toilet,
my
essentially.
God.
But I
Did you
sat
take a
on
picture
it.
of this?
No, I did
damn.
not. No, I
I
there
gave
were
you
a
one
number-
job.
I know. There's a number of toilets that I considered taking a picture of, but like I didn't want to spend more time in there than I had to. So that went okay. So anyway, yeah, I got tons of time. I go through security, no big deal. And I'm just hanging out. And other people are all stressing out about their connections and having to get rebooked and all this shit.
Yeah, but you've
And-
already jerked off twice. You're
Yeah,
good.
I'm relaxed.
Yeah, you're relaxed,
Right, I'm
yeah.
chilling. I'm in my refractory period.
Post-nut clarity.
Yeah, exactly. So then finally it's time to go on to Cusco. It's a nice short flight. We get to Cusco, and I expected to see a lot of tourists at the airport because it's a tourist town. It's built around, all these Inca archaeological sites. But it wasn't. It was all locals. And so, whatever. Everybody was friendly. It was easy. We get outside. We get our taxi. There's like 5 of us. And so between us, the taxi costs like 80 cents each.
Yeah, it's not bad.
To take the taxi. Yeah, so that was cool. We get to our Airbnb.
Is that guy retired?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. He's making it hand over fist down there. Yeah. So at the Airbnb, I had rented this 10-bedroom Airbnb. And so we go through the process. We all select our rooms. I get this room up on the 3rd floor. And then we get the breakdown of like how shit works in the Airbnb. And one of the weird things, so the water, obviously don't drink the water.
No.
That's very clear.
Yeah.
Don't even brush your teeth with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it goes nowhere inside your mouth.
Yeah, don't put it inside your body. I think you can put it in your butt.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, because you're already going to
Butt
poop.
chuck Peruvian
Yeah,
water.
yeah, exactly. So anyway, but the showers are, there's a hot water tank on the roof, a solar
It's gravity
hot water.
fed, okay.
Yeah, it's gravity fed, and it's just like a big tank,
yeah, sure.
that the sun will warm up. It's
Yeah.
I think it's hot water by coincidence.
Well, it's probably got like a solar
have-
screen over it, so it probably gets
Yeah,
up to
something
like
like-
110 degrees or
it
something
might,
like that.
but we were there in the winter, and there was really no hot water
Was the
to
water,
speak of.
it wasn't warm?
No. But each shower had its own inline electric water heater.
Okay, good.
And that worked really well. Except,
Yours.
no, they all worked well except for the pressure.
Okay.
If you turn on the hot water and then turn on the heater, it would just like trickle out.
Ah.
It'd be hot as fuck.
Yeah, because it's coming out like 3 drops at a time.
Yeah, exactly. So it could get plenty hot, but it just barely comes out. And so then you have to turn on the cold water to try to get the pressure.
Oh, okay. So to balance it out.
To balance it out,
You got to
right.
do like 8 parts cold, 1 part scalding
but the
hot.
problem is, if you want pressure, it's going to be cold.
Fucking pressure.
And if you want it to be warm, it's got to come like pissing out.
Yeah.
And so you got to try to find that balance,
Okay.
And so, but whatever,
Makes
you
it
get
a
used to
game.
it. Yeah, that's right. You make a game of it. Yeah, exactly right. And then, dude, they don't have those fancy like pressure balancing valves like we have here in America. And so if anybody turns on a faucet,
It's over.
Or like you going to wash your asshole and now suddenly you're burning, Oh, is that hemorrhoids? No, it's yeah, it was both as it turns out. Yeah. So it was an adventure, but dude, at least we had showers and there was the amenities were fine. There was a kitchen with all the regular shit in it. So it worked out. So now it's time to start going exploring.
Yeah, like
Cusco.
the local. Yeah.
Yeah. And so where we're staying, I was guided just by we needed this 10-bedroom house.
And how big a city is Cusco? How many people?
It's like 600,000.
Okay, so
it's a pretty good sized city, and it like goes up. It's in a big valley, and it goes up the hillsides. And dude, crazy enough, the rich people live on the valley floor, and the poor people live up in the hills. Uh-huh. And it surprised me, but one of the tour guides was explaining it that the houses there, and I saw this in person, are made of like mud,
sure,
like mud bricks, with straw in it and shit.
Adobe.
Yeah, adobe, right. And the hillsides are not geologically stable.
Sure.
And so like in the rainy season, the shit just gets washed out.
Yeah.
And so that's why only
and
poor
they gotta,
people.
Well, and they probably have to like do a lot of prep to try to keep their shit from doing
right.
that.
And so rich people just live where it's stable.
Safe, yeah.
Where it's safe. And then the poor people everywhere. It's just like everywhere else. Poor people get fucked.
Yeah. It's kind of the way of the world.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
So anyway, where we are, it's on the valley floor, but it's in this working class neighborhood called San Sebastian. And so like at one point, I'm looking for somewhere nearby to go to eat. And I put in like highly rated restaurants near me. And I look at the map and there's nothing. And I'm like, oh, is this an internet problem? And no, I scroll out a little bit or widen the map and there's still nothing. And then I widen it again and then there's a whole bunch.
Okay.
But they're all downtown.
Like where their hotels are.
Yeah, like in the tourist district. There's this central square called Plaza de Armas. And that's where everything is.
Okay.
And so most of my trip outside the Airbnb was spent in Plaza de Armas.
Sure, yeah, just take that.
Anything you want, that's where it is.
Get over there. And then
take an Uber down there, spend, $4.50 on an Uber.
Yeah.
Get your ass down to Plaza de Armas, and then you're good to go. So we go down the first day, we have to like pay our outfitter for our upcoming hike. And then we come out of the outfitter and there's this, it's dinner time, and there's this incredible smell. Of food that just smells so goddamn good. Yeah, incredibly good smell.
Okay.
There will be bad smells later. Wait for those. But this smells fucking phenomenal.
Okay.
And so we're like, where are we going to eat? Well, we're just going to eat wherever the smell is coming
just follow
from.
your nose,
Yeah,
man.
we literally followed our nose, went to some little restaurant like 4 doors down, and dude, that was the best meal I had the entire time I was in Cusco.
And how much that meal cost you?
Every meal that I'm going to tell you guys about, I got out for under $20.
Dude, that's pretty good.
And these are like gourmet shit.
And are you getting
meals.
like
appetizers,
a
beverage,
dessert?
Yeah,
of any
dude, it was my
kind?
good fortune. Everywhere down there has Coke Zero.
Okay.
So that was cool. So I'm drinking. I don't drink alcohol anymore because I had to quit. Maybe we'll tell you about that one day.
Oh, yeah.
Those are some good times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had to quit for a good reason. So anyway, all this stuff is dirt ass cheap. And in Peru, that's where avocados grow.
Yeah,
normally.
You mentioned this in the
in the Machu Picchu one, right? So everything has guacamole.
Yeah.
Everything has like ceviche.
They use them as snowball fights,
right?
Yeah, it's avocado
so
fight.
Goddamn good. And so this meal, like, dude, I'm a working class dude. I'm a fucking mailman.
Yeah,
I don't eat at these kind of places.
You're a blue collar guy.
I'm a blue collar guy, and so to go in to this place where there's like presentation.
Oh yeah,
and
you don't even do
service.
this kind of stuff at home.
Oh
you're
absolutely not.
Yeah,
dude. The idea. Well, even here, I don't do meals where I get out for more than $20.
Yeah, but I mean, like you and your wife probably go out to like one nice meal a year.
Yeah, maybe
and,
2 or 3 times a year, and it's really just like pasta, and even that's like $30.
Yeah, but I mean, like you don't do like the Vegas nice meal thing where like you go out.
Yeah, we're not going down to Picasso or something like that.
Like me and my wife will go out every once in a while, and the two of us will go to like a nice steak place or something like that.
Yeah, we don't do anything
and
like that.
Just the two of us out the door were like $450.
Right.
And I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
But I've always, that's her. She's more like the foodie type.
Right.
And I'm like, this is a $450 steak I could have made for $22 at home.
Right. So that's the amazing thing, because it's that caliber of food for like $18 out the door, including tip. Yeah, and a drink.
Now, okay, here's
Yeah.
a good question, right?
Yeah.
So I know for my own travels, like sometimes like things like ham isn't ham, for example. It's something else.
Sure.
You know, this meat here, not exactly what
Yeah.
it is
so
here in
sausage, for example,
Yeah.
is the world's cheapest hot dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, dude,
like they
it's-
make Bar S look like Johnsonville.
Yeah, right. But it's
Yeah.
it's that kind of stuff. So like, did they have like chicken, steak, you
Yeah.
know, pork,
All right. So
like
they
that
have
kind of thing?
the steak down there, like South American steak is good steak.
Sure, yeah.
You know, it comes from Argentina or Brazil or whatever. It's
Yeah, they
good
got
steak.
cows.
Yeah, they got cows. The chicken is chicken everywhere.
Yeah,
and
pretty
so
much.
that's fine. But then they have alpaca.
You can eat alpaca.
You can eat
Did you-
alpaca.
did
Every
you?
nice restaurant serves alpaca.
And did you?
I never ordered Oh no, I had an alpaca burger.
Okay,
Once.
and how
but
was
the
it?
first thing, so that very first restaurant, the first amazing
Yeah,
restaurant,
that's
was
what I
called,
want
like
to hear
Lomo
about.
or something like
what's
that.
the weird shit?
And a couple people ordered alpaca steak medallions.
Yeah, did you get like alpaca nuggets at McDonald's?
Yeah, well, there
Yeah.
was McDonald's,
Yeah.
but anyway, and so we're trying each other's stuff, and I tried this alpaca, and the sauce was incredible.
Okay,
But
gamey.
the sauce, but yeah, it was gamey,
Yeah.
right? It was a bit on the chewy side,
Okay.
a little tough, a little gamey.
Now, do you see alpaca walking around like everywhere you
Not
go?
in the city,
Yeah.
but everywhere else.
So
yeah.
like you're eating your burger, and then like an alpaca like comes up by the window and looks in at you like you motherfucker.
and they have the most expressive faces.
Yeah.
and so
Do you
they're
put your
judging
fingers
me.
out and get their lips and make them smile and stuff like that? Oh,
Well,
you're happy alpaca.
Alpacas spit, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
They're
They
camelids.
don't swallow.
Right? Alpaca, no,
Yeah.
they don't. I tried.
Not marriage material.
But you know what, dude? Once you have that moment of release, I don't give a fuck what happens next.
Yeah,
I
you know,
spit, swallow. I don't care.
I'm in it for the show. Always have been. So,
Oh, not me. I'm in it for the nut.
yeah. Well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so I try the alpaca. It's okay, but in my opinion, like there's a reason that beef is the standard red meat.
Yeah.
Because it's the best.
Sure.
And so, okay, I tried it and I'm not having that again.
Okay.
The other thing that's local on the menu.
No alpaca wings. You know, things
They
like
don't
that.
have wings, oddly enough. I thought they would.
Yeah, I
No,
don't know.
there's
I don't,
no
I'm not,
wings.
I'm not. An alpaca is like it's like a.
Llama.
It's like a llama.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're almost indistinguishable.
Okay, and llama. Last time I checked, don't fly either. So no llama.
No
wings.
llama wings either.
Bummer.
No, there's vicuña wings, but they're really fucking expensive.
Vicuña. What's a vicuña?
Dude, so there may be 2 people in our audience who laughed at that. Because vicuña, these are all
Is
the
that,
same animal.
Is that another euphemism for vagina?
It's not, but it should be.
I'm gonna-
I like that because
Let me
they're
see your
so
vicuña,
soft.
baby.
Yeah. So, I wish I would have thought of that back. Oh well, it's
Yeah.
too late. So anyway, So llamas are like farm animals. They're used for meat and they're used for hauling.
Okay, like a worker bee.
Yeah, they're like the worker bee, but they can only haul like 50 pounds.
Okay.
They're not beasts of burden, but it'll do.
Yeah, hey, man, you
they're
know.
useful.
Sure.
And then you slaughter them for their meat.
Right after the
Alpaca-
trip.
Yeah, but they have like coarse fur, and it's fur.
Okay.
It's not wool.
Sure.
So alpacas are a little bit smaller. They're not really useful as a beast of burden, but they have this incredible wool.
Yeah. Okay.
And so they harvest the wool
And make
and
clothes.
then the meat is better, and so they'll eat the meat as
Okay.
well from alpaca. And yeah, so the alpaca, like the normal alpaca wool, it's really soft, it's nice, but then there's like a second grade of alpaca, which is baby alpaca, which is the first shearing of an alpaca when it's like 6 months or a year old or
Okay.
something like that. That shit is soft.
Oh.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
And so all these places, we have baby alpaca. It's probably fucking cotton.
Yeah. You get a hat. Did
You
you get
know,
a
but
hat like an alpaca?
I
hat?
bought like 3 scarves for my wife.
Okay,
and
yeah,
that was
that's
that. I
cool.
didn't get myself
Yeah.
anything. I almost bought. They have these like fuzzy hats, like big Russian hats.
Sure, yeah,
with
yeah,
the-
that's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
and dude,
Like an alpaca sombrero.
yeah, right. And I came so close to buying one, but
I
they
would've.
didn't. It was a ludicrous hat.
Yeah.
And they didn't have the color I wanted in my size because I got a big American head, and so
Fucking-
so
dude,
that did not work
dude,
out.
You got a big fucking
So anyway,
cyclops head.
so
you look like Shrek.
as like baby alpaca is to alpaca, vicuña is to baby alpaca. Vicuña are like an endangered species, and they don't produce as much wool as an alpaca, but it's ludicrous soft.
Okay.
And so if you are an incredibly rich person for whom money is no object, you can buy a vicuña sweater for like $1,000.
Damn.
Yeah. And that is not on the table for me. This is
Yeah.
yet another example of why rich people are happier than us.
Sure.
Because I can't wear that shit.
Nah. Well,
You know.
you're not that bougie anyway, dude.
No, I'm not. Even if I could wear it,
Yeah.
yeah, but I can't wear Atlantic Rancher either. That shit's
Yeah.
too expensive.
Or latex condoms because they give you
Yeah,
a rash.
right. Well, and as we talked last time, I need that insulation from the lambskin. All right. So anyway, the first time I get a burger at this
Okay.
place, and it's goddamn amazing. Like
Okay.
the presentation, and then they give us these crazy appetizers, and dude.
Yeah.
So that sets
You
the
go
bar.
nuts.
Yeah, go nuts, and then I'm out for $16. It was so fucking great.
Yeah.
So then back to the Airbnb, and the next day I'm going to wander
You
around.
can't even get a fucking Wendy's goddamn
Yeah.
combo for
Right.
$16.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, it was awesome. So then the next day it's time to wander around Cusco and actually like see what's around Plaza de Armas. And they have these big cathedrals, these big churches. And what happened when the Spanish came and conquered is there were all these Inca temples.
Yeah.
And they weren't just Spaniards, they were also Catholics. And the Catholics were like, oh no, we cannot have this. These are heathens and they're of the devil. And so we got to knock all this shit down. But the Inca walls are so good, I hate to see them go to waste. And so the Catholics built like their own cathedrals on top of the Inca walls.
Sure, they used it like for
For foundations,
Yeah.
essentially, and then just put their own shit on top. And so we go into this museum. It's like an art museum that's built on an Inca foundation, and then it's all this Catholic art. And a couple things. One, like I knew that the Catholic art was going to be really like graphic and bloody.
Sure.
And it did not disappoint.
Okay.
Like it's a lot of like torture porn
Wow.
in there. I mean, dude, that's what they're into.
Okay, so hold on now, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Mostly Jesus being tortured, but sometimes other people too.
they got Incas, descendants of Incas.
Yeah, the Quechua.
Are still
Quechua
there.
people, yeah.
Are they super salty?
Dude, that's something that I really... What a great question,
Yeah.
Anthony. It's something I really enjoyed seeing because the Quechua are like reclaiming Peru culturally.
Sure.
And it's working.
Yeah, they're probably fucking
And-
their way to like, you know.
Yeah, right. And dude, it's great. Like
prima
like, so-
nocta.
So now at least in Cusco and more in Peru in general, in school, you learn Spanish, you learn English, and you learn Quechua.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that was really cool. And so yeah, it's nice to see them kind of
Coming back.
to making a comeback. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
well, and also like, hey, this is the culture of the area.
Yeah.
You know, the history
Right, this
of
is
the
our
area,
history.
Right? And let's not erase it just because these pricks from Spain
Right.
came over.
Now,
you know, or whatever. And
in fairness to the Catholics and to the Spaniards, it's not like the Inca were this idyllic society
dude, yeah.
where
No,
people
no.
had civil rights and
no,
it ain't like that.
No, the Inca conquered their way.
Yeah, exactly.
To their.
They did the same shit.
Yeah, they fucked everybody
right.
else.
They used slaves and all
Oh,
that.
dude,
yeah. So
or contractors, as
yeah,
we like to call them.
private contractors.
Volunteers.
Yeah, volunteers. Yeah. So anyway, but the thing that really struck me in this art museum was the fucking gold.
Yeah,
And the silver.
I remember you called me from down there.
Yeah.
and this was one of the things that you were like, "Hey, dude, this is
Right.
what's going on."
But we're
down
gonna
here.
get to the more audacious one because then we go down back into the square and we go into the main cathedral and we get a guide for like $11 to
Nice.
walk us through there. And there's two things that really stand out to me here. And this cathedral is massive. One is this fucking statue.
Yeah.
There's a statue of a conquistador, and this is in like a place of honor.
Okay.
You know, there's a conquistador on a horse trampling an Inca.
Dude.
Yeah.
Savage.
And the Inca's like under the horse, like, this sucks. And
I don't know why I'm laughing at that,
Yeah.
other than the balls
Yeah.
on somebody to like, let's make this
right.
statue.
Yeah. Dude, wasn't
Yeah.
this good time?
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
Like, yeah,
And
let's
so-
remember this.
All right. So we have to step back and remember these are from a different time.
Sure.
But yeah, okay, that statue was bought or built in a different time, but now is now.
Yeah, like
And you
can
don't
look at-
have to keep that shit in the front room anymore.
Oh, yeah, but like back, so like in these type of countries though,
Yeah.
like hey, this is not a nice part of our history kind of thing. Let's get rid of it, or let's at least like
try to balance it out,
Try to
give some
balance it out.
perspective.
Yeah, like or at least add some context, maybe.
Yeah.
Like no, they ain't about.
There was
that
no
shit down there.
context.
Fuck that.
No,
Yeah.
not inside the Catholic Church.
Yeah, no.
There's no context.
Yeah.
Out on the street there was.
Sure.
Yeah. So anyway, and then the other thing again is just the massive amounts of gold leaf and silver and
The
like,
wealth.
the wealth, and to walk around outside of Plaza de Armas and see the phenomenal poverty
Sure.
that people live in, and there's no proper plumbing, and it's tragic.
Yeah, there's probably enough wealth to get a bidet.
You could at least get a fucking plumbing system with all the goddamn gold that's locked up in this cathedral. And what good is that gold doing for anyone?
Nobody.
It's not doing.
Zero.
It just fucking sits.
Yeah.
It sits as this show of extravagant wealth in front of these incredibly poor people. It is
soapbox warning.
It is fucking
Soapbox
disgusting. So that so that really bothered me.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was cool.
Did you pee on it?
No, I tried to. I had to pee so bad, and
Did you take a dump and not use a bag?
there were a couple of times.
You're
I've
like,
been,
you know what? Smell my shit.
I've been taking shits the same way for 50 years.
Yeah?
basically.
Well, I don't know about that.
Not
but okay.
not that long,
Yeah.
but a long time, long
Yeah.
enough to build a habit.
Yeah.
And so every once in a while, I would wipe my ass and just drop it in the toilet bowl and be like, "Well,
Fuck 'em.
I ain't retrieving that." Hopefully it can handle a couple pieces of toilet paper. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, at the cathedral, I really had to take a piss, and it turned out the water was shut off to the whole. We probably didn't pay their bill. They don't have enough money to pay their
Yeah.
fucking water bill. So that
They don't
anyway.
have enough fucks to
Yeah,
to pay
so
that
so
water
then
bill.
right outside the cathedral, right next to it, it's KFC.
Nice.
And I gotta tell you, it smells like KFC.
Dude,
And
yeah,
it-
they got that shit down.
yeah, dude, and it reminded me of home.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is what America smells
So,
like.
okay.
So that's where I went to
I'm going to
piss.
digress for just
Yeah,
a
please.
second. Okay, so one of the first times I ever went to Mexico, I went with Trevor, who's on the guys trip with us here, right? And I'd love to get him on here just to talk about that trip. We could do a whole fucking episode.
Oh, that was fun times.
Of the trip that me and Trevor took.
Right.
Holy fuck. Anyway, but one of the things when we went down there is Trevor's pretty picky eater, right? And
Right. He's like a chicken fingers and
yeah,
sub
dude,
kind of
he's
guy.
like he likes tendies and nugs, right?
Yeah, right.
And so we went down there and we ate like Subway every day, right? Because A, I mean, it was fairly cheap,
Right.
But B, he trusts it,
Right, it's safe.
It's safe, right?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, hey, let's go to the local place
Right.
and eat whatever. And eventually, I got him to go. There was a place that did dollar tacos
Mm-hmm.
that was like quick little walking distance, and he was like, "Nah, all right, I'll eat a taco." And dude, they were fucking fire. I mean, like
I'll bet.
straight fire.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, we'll go back to your story
Yeah.
here, but
That's fine.
If I could get him on a show to talk about that, dude.
Right. That'd be good. Time.
Good fucking guy.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, the other native item that's on the menu is cuy, C-U-Y, or Q-U-Y, something. It's guinea
Yeah.
pig.
Oh shit! Okay. Here's a question. Now I know
Right.
you're.
I
a
didn't
married
eat that
man.
either.
You're a married man. I'm a married man.
Yeah.
What's the scenery like down there?
A great question.
Yeah.
So
they got teeth.
I expected, I have my preferences.
Sure.
And I like hiker chicks. I like chicks that don't wear a lot of makeup or any makeup. I like the natural look. And so on the trail, hikers, I generally find more attractive than I would find not to say going into a nightclub, they're not attractive. But again, I have my preferences.
Sure.
And so I expected, because this is an adventure destination, I expected to see a lot of that. And there was not a lot of that. On the
I would think like
trail-
Machu Picchu type trip is like a 30 and over, 35
yeah,
and over type.
that's
kind of
more
thing.
like a 50 and over
Really?
type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there were a couple of hot chicks on the
Yeah, not
on
a
the-
lot of like, ooh, we're 22. Let's go on
Right.
this Machu Picchu trip.
There were
No,
a couple.
They're going to Greece, dude.
Right. In our group of 29 hikers, thankfully there were a few who came with us that
Yeah.
we brought our own. But yeah, there were very few.
But what's the
really attractive
local
women.
Peruvian,
Eh.
like you walk around, is
It's-
there hotties?
Yeah. So then when you get out of America, the thing that everybody has going for them, they're not fat.
Yeah, no. They
Yeah.
can't-
Unlike
yeah,
this fella right here, and the Americans that used to. So everybody's pretty fit.
sure.
And that's nice.
That's called starvation.
Well, and not overeating at a minimum, and probably eating healthier
Yeah,
foods.
avocado, for example.
Yeah.
Get those healthy fats.
Right, dude, what's funny, like if I would have gone to Eaton at KFC, that probably would have been my most expensive meal.
Oh, and probably giving you the shits.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Yeah, dude, so pat myself on the back here. The whole trip, never got altitude sickness,
No.
never got diarrhea.
No. Okay, so
Yeah.
you go on the Machu Picchu trip itself, and now you come back
Right.
to Cusco.
Yeah, so
Right?
another,
And so now, how many
like,
days after returning before you flew home?
Well, so before the trip, I had like 3 full days.
Okay.
And that was, wandering around. We went on some other excursions. Went to this place called Pisac, Pisac.
And what was that
And it
about?
was another archaeological site.
Oh, okay.
And that was really interesting. That was the first place where, like, we left the Cusco Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as soon as we get out of the valley, like even just going up the hills, as soon as you get past the houses, you start seeing alpacas.
Oh, yeah, they're probably everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, swinging from trees.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And then you see other things that I want to talk about briefly is like the area is largely deforested. And it used to be like jungly.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of big bare areas. And being from Nevada, I recognized immediately what this was. This was clear cutting for mining.
Ah, okay.
So first you had the Inca clear cutting for agriculture. And then when the Spanish came and they got their hands on gold and silver,
Oh, yeah, they were-
well, you have to smelt that stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so they just clear cut to make their furnaces to fuel their furnaces, which is exactly what you see when you go around Nevada because of all the mining. And so it's a huge fucking ecological disaster.
Sure. And I don't know what the government is like down there, like how chill they are, for example.
They seem to be really lax about litter, I can tell you
Well,
that.
yeah, but I mean, like social services, things like that. Like how environmentally conscious
hard
are
to
they?
say. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not talking bad about them or nothing
Right.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm just saying, like, Peru, in the big scheme of countries,
Yeah.
it's, I
They're
don't know.
probably somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere in the middle. You
Yeah.
know, like the Peruvian military, probably,
I don't know.
yeah, not real strong is what I'm saying.
Sure.
Is there a navy? They got a Peruvian navy. It's got
Probably
like 4
because they
boats.
have a coastline.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they've got to defend from somebody.
Right.
Right? They're probably Spain. Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't letting that fucking shit happen
Right.
again.
Oh, dude, speaking of politics.
Yeah.
So we're driving through the countryside and we see buildings like homes that have this big paint on the side of their house that says PRIN 2026, PRIN.
So
It's
president.
a political ad. Yeah,
Okay.
it was like a president. So it turns out PRIN is a political party.
Okay.
And there was the wildest thing because there's no billboards out there.
Oh, there's no billboard.
No, and so people just paint that shit on the side of their
Was
house.
there TV?
Yeah, there's TV.
Now,
I didn't watch TV.
So, okay, well, like, if you go to, like, Mexico, for example,
Yeah.
I've been there several times, or
Yeah.
I went to Costa Rica,
Yep.
and you watch local TV, like, dude, the weather girl,
Oh, yeah.
dude, fire, bro.
Sure, I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah, so, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, is that kind of what's going on down there?
Couldn't tell you. Didn't
You
watch
were
any
never near a
TV.
beach, right?
No.
Okay, and so, like, what else? Was there public transportation?
Yeah,
Like a
dude.
bus.
So they're the buses, and they had tons of buses, and they're
Yeah.
jam-packed, and they cost 1 sol to ride the bus, which
So
is
you
like
got to
30
trade
cents.
your soul.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Give me your soul to get on
get
this
on the
bus.
bus.
Yeah, so it was like 30 cents to ride the bus.
Okay.
And it looked really efficient.
Yeah.
But
Did
when
it
it's-
come like every 45 seconds
Yes.
like it does? Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
dude, it was wild.
It's like that in a lot of other countries.
Right.
Like the bus schedule is like this guy drives the bus and he just gets there whenever the fuck he can.
It made it
Yeah.
seem like the bus drivers run on commission.
Yeah, or run
And-
on their own schedule. They're,
Yeah, but they're hauling ass.
They're racing.
Yeah, everybody hauls ass. Everybody merges aggressively, even the buses.
Yeah.
And
so,
it's wild, dude.
did you see anything like police? Did you see like?
Oh,
you
okay.
know-
All right, dude. So the morning that we go to Pisac, I'll call it Pisac. That's funny.
Pisac.
Yes. Or Pisac. Yeah. Yeah. They named this place because they found this sock on the. So anyway, I'm supposed to meet my traveling companion at 8 a.m. And for some reason, I got it in my head that we were meeting at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
because
get out
I'm
early.
stupid.
Yeah.
And so I show up at her hotel at 6 a.m. and all I can do is just like stare into her hotel window. And like eventually that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And so I got to just go wander around. And
You didn't throw pebbles at it?
no, I didn't. No, because I didn't want her to see me out there.
Yeah,
You know, what if
jerking
she
off.
sees? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so God damn it, where was I going with this?
The police.
Oh, the police, yeah. So I walk down the hill because she stays in this nice place that's closer to the town square.
Did she stay in a hotel?
Yeah.
Okay.
A
she stayed in
hotel. A proper hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, with like amenities and shit.
Flushable toilet?
You can flush your shit, but you can't flush your toilet paper. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyway.
Did you ask her specifically
Yeah.
how she felt about that?
Yeah.
And what did she say?
Not a fan.
Not a fan?
Yeah. Yeah, it's suboptimal.
Yeah. So, hey girl who probably for most of her life doesn't think her shit stinks. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, actually.
Well, I'm just saying,
But,
girls in general.
Women
like,
in general,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. How's that for a wake-up call?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go back down
Our
to...
fucking audience is all males.
Yeah.
They're going to get that joke.
Right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't know the person I'm talking about
Yeah.
anyway or how chill she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I go down to Plaza de Armas and all these cops start showing up. Police, the national police, the local police, like by the dozens.
Okay, so what
they're
was going
showing
on?
up and like, dude, shit's gonna get thick in here.
Yeah.
What is there gonna be a demonstration? Are they planning riots? Because it was like we're coming up on their Independence Day.
Oh,
and like
okay.
in Lima, there was riots, there was work stoppages. Like shit in Lima is thick.
Okay.
And so, dude, is this spilling out to Cusco? What's going on? And then I see like buses pull up and cops are getting off the buses. Like bus loads of cops showing up in their cop uniforms. And then I see some of the cops. Now, I know the cops here all carry guns because it's America and, guns.
They don't carry guns there?
I saw cops with fucking swords. Oh, swords.
Dude.
Yeah. And then I see a few cops with spears.
Dude.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And I'm like backing up. I'm like figuring out where my exit is going to be.
Do you just yell like, fuck 12?
Yeah. And
See
then
what happens?
things are going to like, I don't see like the counter protesters showing up or the demonstrators, like what's going on. And then I see a handful of cops show up with bass drums and like trumpets.
Wait, what?
And oh, it's a parade. Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was this little like police parade.
That's kind of
downtown.
cool. Maybe it was like National Police Day there or something.
It might have been. Yeah, I don't know. So I got to watch them parade for a little bit before we headed out of town to go to Pisac. And then, so in Pisac, I learned that most of the walls of the Inca are just normal rock walls. They just stack rocks up and put like mortar in between.
Sure, yeah.
And it's only for the Inca themselves. So there's 3 classes of people. Yeah, I know. So there's 3 classes of people. There's the Inca, who is like the ruling class. The Inca himself, the Sapa Inca and like his immediate family. And then there's the priestly class, the religious figures. And then there's the government officials. And those are like all your ruling class. And then below that are the Quechua, the regular people. And so everything is for Quechua, by Quechua, and it's just normal walls.
Make Quechua great again?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. So the fancy walls that you see, those are like strictly for religious temples, and most places aren't like that. So we learned about that there. And then later on, we went to this other archaeological site, and we saw like how they actually prepare the stones and how they cut them and how they move them. And I think I mentioned this in the Machu Picchu one. It wasn't aliens.
No.
Like, we actually know how it was done.
Yeah.
And it's fairly straightforward. Just takes a lot of effort. And so all that shit was great. Come back after the trip. And now, mind you, I had just climbed to 14,000 feet, 10,000 feet elevation gain. Yep. And then I get back to Cusco, and I'm walking up the street, like it goes on a little uphill, and I get winded.
Well, dude, you mentally checked out of like the grind.
Yeah, right. The grind was over. And I think the big thing too is pacing. Like on the trail, I knew I had to pace myself.
Yeah, if you know that this is going to go on for 4 days, you're not.
But you get to your Airbnb, you go up the stairs, you just go up the stairs like you normally go up the stairs. And suddenly like, oh my God, I'm winded. This is brutal. How did I just hike all that? Like if you saw me in Cusco trying to get around the town, you would never believe that I could have hiked this Inca Trail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then the last thing I really want to tell you about is on the last day, me and my traveling companion, we go to the locals market. It's the San Pedro market. And this is the one, you can also follow your nose to this place.
Okay, but not for the good reason.
No, not for good reasons. And so like just walking, like you get a couple blocks away from the square and now you're in locals territory. Mm-hmm. And going up the street, the first thing that really catches my eye, the first thing that catches my eye is queso helado. Gelato is ice cream. Queso,
cheese,
of course,
yeah.
is cheese.
Yeah, they do. There's those places right around by my house. They sell that stuff.
Dude,
It's good.
that made me wonder because I tried like cheese ice cream. Well, I like cheese and I like ice cream. It was really fucking good.
Yeah, it is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and get a little cup of ice cream for under $1.
Yeah.
Hard to go wrong. So anyway, and so yeah, since it's also a Mexican thing apparently, so I'm gonna have to get some of that when I'm back in Vegas. So, but I see this. There's street vendors everywhere, and I see this table that has these huge snails on it, like snails as big as your head.
Wow.
Yeah, and what the hell are these things? And so I point to him like, dude, what are these snails? Because like they're so big that it almost like doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
that they're
like,
snails. They're like conch shells, but snails or whatever.
They're mutant snails.
Yeah. And so it turns out, and so when I got back to the Airbnb, I mentioned this to people at the Airbnb, and the women were like, "Oh yeah, of course. Did you buy that stuff?" These snails produce this slime.
Snail trail.
Yeah, snail trail
Yeah.
that women like put on their face as a beauty serum.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's even better than hyaluronic acid. It's so
Oh,
good.
dude.
And to me, the key to that snail goo is if your broad will put that snail goo on her
so
face.
dude.
She got no excuse for
fire
not letting
away.
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, fire away. That's it. Yeah. Oh, it's open season. If she'll put that shit on her
what's she gonna
face.
say at that point?
Yeah. Oh, this
Well,
is worse than snail
Yeah,
goo?
yeah, I don't
Come
like
on.
the texture.
Yeah, you're
Dude,
right.
you just put
Fucking
snail slime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we get into the marketplace, and dude, the smell, like human shit, hits different.
Oh, dude, I know the smell.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so there's human shit, there's piled human shit, like from open defecation, and then there's stale human shit.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
And
or-
to me, the stale shit is the worst.
Dude, well, have you ever smelled burning shit?
No.
Burning
Okay.
shit's another level, dude.
All right, well,
Yeah, when that
I have
stuff-
something to look forward
Yeah,
to.
dude, it is unpleasant.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, like only dead body. Dead body's pretty bad if
Right.
you've never smelled
Right.
dead body, and like decomp dead body is. I mean, like you never forget it.
I'll
okay,
bet.
like once you smell it, you'll never forget it.
Right.
Burning fecal matter from a
From a human.
homeless,
Yeah.
from a homeless camp that caught
Right.
fire, and they'll shit like literally inches from like
Yeah,
where
like where they're sleeping.
Oh, dude, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, filth,
Yeah.
right? But when all that catches fire, and you have this mix of rotten food,
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
and homeless stuff on fire,
Right.
fucking A, dude. It's sometimes you're like, dude, give me a dead body.
Yeah, that's
it's
not okay.
so bad. Yeah,
Right. So yeah, there was, and then there was like the fish part of the market, and so you add that to the mix.
Yeah.
And I did not buy any food in there.
Fuck no,
Dude,
that's skip
was,
it.
Yeah,
You know?
it was sketchy. I bought some salt. And that was it.
Okay, yeah.
Because the salt mine, like that was another tour that I went on. I went on an ATV tour, and
Did you get to drive the ATV?
yeah,
Okay.
and it's the Wild West down there.
Yeah.
And so I got up to like 40 miles an hour
Dude,
in this ATV. It was fun.
nice.
Yeah, so that was cool.
There ain't no rules.
Yeah. And so, there's other things to tell, but the last things that I want to, because I know we're long on time, as my stories always do,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
is the whole time I'm down there,
All 8 of our listeners love it.
right. The sanitation issues notwithstanding, I always felt safe.
Yeah.
Walking around after dark.
Is that just because you're naive, though?
Maybe.
Okay.
But that was what I heard from other people as
Sure.
well. People more well seasoned than me.
Well, also, you're the golden goose, man. They ain't trying to kill you.
Yeah, the sun. Well, that's it, right? That's the key to going to like a tourist area.
Yeah.
Is they know this is where the money comes from.
Sure, yeah.
I bring the money.
Yeah, they don't want any bad juju.
Right, but the people were universally friendly,
Uh-huh.
accommodating, tried to communicate, usually because money.
Yeah, sure.
But it was great, dude. Like there was never an instance where I felt like I had to cross the street. Like somebody's walking toward me and I got to cross the street, like to give myself safe distance.
You're not going to go jogging at night? Like,
Right.
Poor women in the United States. I
Yeah,
feel.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If I were in the woods and there was a Cuscoan and a bear,
Taking
I
a
would choose the
Cusco.
Cuscoan every time. Yeah, yeah, they was great. And like I would have to cross the street just because the streets are so goddamn narrow
Yeah.
and there wasn't room on the sidewalk. But it was really pleasant.
Nice.
Yeah.
You going to move there?
No, but I get it.
Yeah.
Like because our dollars go so far.
Oh, yeah, you
I mean,
retire.
imagine what the mortgage is like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nothing.
Right. And
Yeah,
so
as long as you can shit into a bucket and take that outside, you're good, man.
right, exactly. And so the places that do accommodate Western repatriation, like Costa Rica,
Yeah.
I totally get it, dude.
Dude,
And then-
so
Yeah, go
we'll
ahead.
talk off the air about
Okay.
Costa Rica. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Let's
but
finish it.
same with like I work with a bunch of Filipinos and they fantasize about like, you know, retiring back to the Philippines.
Yeah.
It's got to be the same situation. You know, their money goes so far and all that. So yeah, Cusco, highly recommend it. It was just a lovely place to visit. Even if you're not a hiker, the archaeological sites were fantastic. And yeah, I very much enjoyed my
All
time.
right, man. Well, do we got a sponsor for this episode?
We do.
Okay.
It is, you know, as I said, it was bespoke.
Yeah.
And so start to finish, we
Dumper.
got Dumper.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to pull up another testimonial. Maybe you can fill for a second so I don't
yeah.
have to find the pause button.
So look, hey, you know, we do these episodes.
Yeah, beg people to like us.
I will. All right. So we do these episodes because, quite frankly, talking just about the same game all the time, you know, we've covered a lot of that. Okay, like at this point now, like we got to talk to people or interesting things, and we want to talk about us a little bit more. And we really hope, you know, you guys like these episodes because they're fun for us to record. I mean, we like to talk about this stuff and we like to get into it. And these are the kind of conversations that me and Alan will have kind of on a regular. You know, we talk a lot almost every day and we'll just shoot the shit about whatever's going on in our lives. And this is the kind of thing, like Alan just went on this trip. I didn't talk to him for like 2 weeks pretty much. And so, you know, we hadn't covered a lot of this and we said
Right.
like, hey,
Save it for the pod.
Let's save it. Yeah. So we can
Right.
talk about it here. So it's good because I'm getting to listen to it for the first time too.
Yep.
So, okay. So, hey, are you good?
I
Are we-
am.
Okay.
I
let's
am.
do it.
And this reminds me, too, of the toilet situation there. When you're out in public, like every restaurant and business was fine with me using their bathroom,
Yeah,
and it was
why
no
not?
big deal. But there are also pay toilets around, and they cost 1 or 2 soles each, which is like 30, 60 cents
Okay.
to use the toilet. And I found that they were generally clean, and
Sure.
I had to bring my own toilet paper a lot of the time.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad. And so that, speaking of being budget conscious and trying to take a shit, here is our testimonial that was sent to us by Dumper. I was halfway through a 5-hour road trip, fueled by gas station coffee and existential dread, when the inevitable urge hit. My wallet, however, was on a strict budget after some recent impulse buys. I opened Dumper, ready to resign myself to a sketchy truck stop, but then saw the cost per flush filter. I set my max to pocket change and boom, matched with a lovely couple named the Millers. Their place was a quaint little bungalow with a surprisingly elegant bathroom, and they only charged me $1. It was the cleanest dollar I've ever spent. Dumper truly caters to all income brackets, even mine.
All right, man. You know,
Yeah.
dude, our sponsors are, dude, they're awesome.
They're perfect. Dumper, there is room for
Yeah.
Dumper
Oh, yeah.
in Peru.
Yeah.
Man, they got to expand
Yeah. Okay.
international.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Yeah.
you're a small startup company. So.
Yeah, right.
All right, man. Well, 4.
Start filling in the toilet deserts in America first. Then we'll expand.
4. Anthony Scafacci.
I'm Alan Gigex.
This has been a Balls Deep production of the Scafacciverse podcast. We are out.